What is up, everybody? We are here today to continue our watch through of FRIEREN Beyond Journey's End. We are on season 1, episode 7 here, entitled Like a Fairy Tale. So last episode ended with I kind of had vibes of the adventure just officially kind of starting because they were at the checkpoint. We got our full party with Stark having joined the crew. I'm assuming this is our full party now. And yeah, they kind of even framed it with Stark that he was setting off on an adventure that was going to basically mirror his mentor, teacher Eisen's. So yeah, even though season 1, episode 1 to 4 are kind of framed as the prologue to this show, I kind of felt like the end of last episode was also kind of another step forward into official story. So yeah, we are now going to jump right into the next episode, Like a Fairy Tale. This is kind of an interesting title because, you know, fairy tale vibes is kind of what this genre is rooted in. So this might be this series' kind of attempt at paying homage to its inspirational sources. So without further ado here, I am pressing play in 3, 2, 1. A Grimoire by Flam, the Legendary Mage. Oh, flashback.
これが今までで一番出来のいい偽物かな。討伐依頼の報酬としてはなかなかだ。
何がいいのかさっぱりだな。しかし、こうも偽物しかないと本物が実在するかどうかわからなくなりますね。人類の魔法の回数。
The founder of humanity's magic is like a fairy tale herself. Fairy tale, huh? So this begs the question, does this mean that humans invented magic, or are they saying humanity's magic as in they have their own kind of like special brand of magic? And if that's the case, why is an elf like FRIEREN learning from Flam? Is she just that much of a nerd for magic that she's wanting to learn from humans too? Their own special brand? Or... Whoa! She woke up early. Oh, she went right back into calm voice. Okay, so this is kind of our first look into the new full cruise dynamic here. So trying to do something a bit comedic and lighthearted right there. Like I was saying though, so FRIEREN was Flam's student. We know that much. I think it's heavily implied as of now that she was a student in the sense that she wasn't like, she pretty much learned her foundation or like maybe even most of what she knows from Flam. So it's not like she was already a talented magician as an elf. Then she just came to study under Flam to learn about human magic or something like that. So I'm assuming there isn't like some special brand of human magic, and Flam was kind of just that goated that even as a human, she was like the quote unquote master of magic. I think when you factor in that kind of trope of like 1,000 years ago, when you have a character from 1,000 years ago, even if they're like a human, and humans would kind of tend to be underestimated in current times, because she's such a big lore character from 1,000 years ago, that kind of supersedes her being a human. So yeah, that's kind of my guess here. With that said, we are going to go with the assumption that Flam basically kind of like founded magic from what they just said. Like a fairy tale, which is, they kind of already went into the meaning of the episode title already in that opening scene. We are on Eng Road, located in the northern lands. So we are no longer in the central lands. And even though they passed the checkpoint, it seems like there's still like regular people and civilizations up here.
不満なの？報酬は悪くないよ。
そうじゃなくて魔法で場所を向こう側に運んだりできるだろう。
それだと後の人が困るでしてフェルンが言って。
Okay, I was about to say, why does FRIEREN care so much?
お前にだけは言われたくねえ。
It all came from Fern.
お疲れ様です。
I see that the wardrobe kind of looks like it's getting some kind of Eastern influences now.
なんでここだけこんなに崩れてるんだ？
北側諸国も場所によっては魔族と交戦状態にあるところもありまして、おそらくそのとばっちりかと。
争いの爪痕ってわけか。
シュタルク様、そっちは一旦置いておいて。
Fern still refers to Stark with the Sama honorific as well, I've noticed. Even though she can...
そのシュタルク様っての。
Wow, they're actually going into that right when I spoke of it.
年だってそんな変わらねえだろ。
I was about to say, she still calls him that, even though she kind of gives him death stares and stuff.
わかりました。シュタルク、さっさとこっち手伝って、早く。
タメ口！
adjusted real quick.
そういうのじゃなくてさ、さん付けとかくん付けとかいろいろあるでしょ。あともっと愛想よくしてくれよ。
めんどくさいなこいつ。
こいつって言った。
ねえそっち側進んでる。急ぎますよシュタレク様。
いやー、当にありがとうございました。よければ町までご案内します。しかしエルフですか。長く生きてきましたが。
I thought he was gonna give me some lore about elves, but it's the first time he's seen one as well. Oh, they said, FRIEREN said we. Oh, here we go! Answer
とても少ないからね。
my questions.
私だって同族を見たのは数えるほどしかないよ。
Well, how about where you came
私た
from?
ちエルフは長くは生きるけど、恋愛感情や生殖本能みたいなものが軒並み欠落しているからね。緩やかに絶滅していってるんで、最後に同族と会ったのも400年以上前だ。
400 years ago.
案外終わりは近いのかもね。
Okay, so they don't have a sex drive,
街が見えてきましたね。
but I'm assuming
馬車が並んでいますね。
ありゃ商人だな。
今夜は解放祭ですから。
she
今
like
日は勇者
knew
ヒ
her
ンメル様
parents?
ご一行がこの地域を支配していた魔族を討伐してくださった日です。
Does this guy not recognize FRIEREN as one of those people? It's interesting how they I don't know if interesting is the word.
町の中央広場に
Look,
ある
this yeah, I was gonna say like they have all these festivals and stuff devoted to the party, but apparently
人間は大げさだ
they
ね。
can't really
何
recognize
でもかんで
FRIEREN
も祭りに従う。
by
魔族が
face.
倒されたのはもう80
Even though she's like an elf, I'm assuming they know that much.
人間にとって
That the elf
何かを忘れ去るの
was
に
part of the
十分すぎ
party,
る時間です。
and like elves are so rare.
それでも
So
この日
it's
だけは皆ヒン
so
メ
it
ル
seems
様
that they
た
should
ち
be
を
able
思
to
い出すの
easily
です。
recognize her. Maybe most of the whole party other than Himmel, but doesn't seem like
上
it.
出来だね。
リテイク5回か。今回は早く終わりましたね。
ヒンメルってよく像を作ってもらっているよね。
みんなに覚えていてほしいと思ってね。僕たちは君と違って長く生きる。
Is this after they already killed the Demon King?
後世にしっかりと僕のイケメンぶりを残しておかな。
そろそろ宿に戻
They
るか。
kind of split up after they came
Demo.
back from beating the
一番
Demon
の理
King.
由は君が未来で一人
So he was making statues out of them before they even knew that they were going to be successful on their mission. That's kind of strange.
確かに実在した。
Okay, here's the episode title coming into play again. Whoa, FRIEREN looks pretty tall there
こう
actually.
やって毎年のように勇者ヒ
Yo,
ン
is
メ
he
ル様
gonna
ご
connect the
一行の
dots?
功
That's
績
the
を称えるの
person
です。
right next to him?
そういえば
Oh, there we
あなた
go.
は勇者様ご一行のフリーレン様の像によく似ていらっしゃ
Come on, you
る。
look at that statue every year for this festival, and you can
100年後も続いているかな。
do you not notice the same
この街が
clothes?
続
The
く限り
Hamburglar
は
striped outfit?
1000年後は。
それはわかりませんな。
よし。
Well, I guess they got these statues made because he said they killed the demons in the area. It's not necessarily because they saved the whole world, it's because they saved this
どこなんだ？
place.
天国。
そいつは楽しそうだ。
We are now in Graf Granat's domain. Graf Granat. Kind of sounds like a Star Wars type of name.
衛兵が多いです。何かあったのでしょうか。
とりあえず買い出し当番決めようぜ。
She dropped a suitcase!
フリーレン様、
Oh.
街中ですよ。
Whoa, what's going on here? Demons! Holy shit. He's trying on site. Oh, damn. Police brutality.
グラナト伯爵、あなたの差し金ですか？
リグナー殿、確かにわしはお前たちを殺したいほど
Is he's not a demon, right? He doesn't have horns.
街中で堂々と和睦
Peace envoys.
バカではない。
和睦の使者。
大方事情も知らぬ冒険者といったところだ。
そういうことを
Okay,
して
so we
お
got
きま
some
しょう。
diplomacy with demons after the death of the Demon King, maybe?
冷静で殺意の子も冷たい目だ。私たちを憎んでいるこの町の住民でさえ、私を見るときは怯えながら。
If these demons knew that
だが
FRIEREN
君のその
killed the Demon King,
猛獣で
which might be like their great great
実際にそうで
grandfather
しょ。
to them or
お
something,
前たち魔族は人の声真似をするだけ言葉の通じない猛獣だ。
屋敷の地下牢に入れておく。
they might be shocked, and then the dynamic here isn't as intimidating as it is making out to be right now.
おい
I'm surprised they just let her fellow adventurers go scot-free too.
暇だな。
Can she? I mean, how do they even imprison her if she can just like make her
2、3年
staff
は 完成しろってさ。
思ってたより短いね。
Appear and disappear out of
後
thin
で魔
air.
導書の差し入れ持ってきて。
フリーレン様
To her, 2-3 years in jail is like a 5-minute jail
私だって
time for
痛くてこ
us.
こにいるわけじゃない。で、魔族が和睦の使者ってどう
She
いう
can
こと
just
なの？
break out, I'm assuming.
買い出しのついでに調べてきました。担当台のアウラは知っていますよね。
Aura, the
魔王国家の
guillotine.
大魔族
Seven
七宝
sages
剣
of
の一人でしょ。
destruction. Okay.
私たちとの戦いで配下のほとん
There
どを
was
失って消
one of
息
those
不明のは
mentioned
ず
in
だ
the
けど、
last episode.
最近何かあったの？
She's the new head honcho.
28年も前に力を取り戻しています。この町はその軍勢と長い間戦ってきたようなのですが、
Wait, 28 years is
無
important
益な殺し合いに
because
疲弊したアウラ側が和睦の申し出をしてきたそうです。
not important, but like
それで死者を受け入れたの。悪手だね。
related
魔族との
to
対話なんて無駄な行為だ。
the timestamp we keep getting. 28 years
言葉
after
があるんだ。
Himmel.
話し合いで解決するならそれに越したことはねえじゃねえか。
解決しないから無駄なんだよ。魔族は人食いの化け物だ。そいつらが人類と同じ言葉を使う理由を考
Alright,
え
so we got kind of
た。
like a strict bias against demons here. No empathizing, no
勇
changing
者
them.
様早くとどめを。
Oh, cool. They actually kind of
それがどうしたというの？そいつは私
had
たち
to
の娘を
confront this moral issue in the past. So Himmel is kind of framed as the most noble of them all, so
痛い
let's see how this goes.
痛いよ。お母さん。
FRIEREN implies that they only able to speak like humans because of, like, as if it's like some kind of mischievous
もういい
technique.
私がやる。
これでは魔族と同じだな。
Oh, the one good guy even amongst the masses.
人を食わないと生きていけないってわけじゃないんだろう。
I don't think this is gonna go
償う
okay
機
though.
会を与えてやってもいいじゃないか。村長。
Oh, it's the chief. Yo, stop walking that toddler towards her too. You can do this, but kind of walk there on your own.
うちで手当てをしよう。ちょうど畑の手伝いを探していたところだ。
This is risky.
姫、今殺しておかないと後悔する。だってあいつ。
フリーレン、僕たちには言葉がある。どうせこの村には滞在するんだ。
Okay, at the foundation, I do agree with that too. If you're able to communicate with each other, that does serve as a building block. Oh shit, this is making me too anxious though. Like, I'll agree with that, but you can't let your guard down. I'm assuming he isn't capable of just monitoring her 24/7 overnight, and like maybe at least have to give her like a psych evaluation test
なぜ村
first.
長を殺した？
I got hungry.
やっぱりあの時殺しておくべきだったんだわ。
またです。あなたから毎日のように殺意を感じていました。私は平穏に過ごしたい。ですから用意しました。私が食べてしまったあなたの娘の代わりを。
Okay, so
その子は村長
it's kind of twisted, but they
村長はもういま
is
せん。
trying to do the right thing in its own twisted way. So this isn't as cliche a
私は何
betrayal
か選
or
択を
subversion of expectations.
仕方がありません。この子は人質に。
Oh, that was too much for Himmel, for even Himmel though.
もう止めないよ。お母さん。またお母さん。そして子育ての習慣がなく産み落とされてか。お前たちは子供。
That's true that she only said that to trick them or to appeal to their emotions, but at the same time,
なんでお
her
母さん
kind of explicitly using it as a survival tactic isn't
殺せに
in it of
行くでしょ
itself a sinister thing.
まるで魔法のような。
Like, if that's its only means, it's like a mechanism to survive, which is like,
奴らにとっての言葉を。
it doesn't necessarily separate demons from, like,
大魔法使いフランメは
from humans maybe, but not animals, because the animals in the wild would do that too.
その祖先は獲物をおびき寄せるために物陰から助けてと言葉を発した魔物だよ。差し入れよろしくね。
So I'm gonna make a stance that demons actually
人
can
類の外交戦術だ。
coexist with humans, ultimately
それより
speaking.
気になるのはあの魔法使いだ。あの顔と
Whether it's worth it is another question, and how tough and
言葉
long
の
of a
通じない
journey it would
猛
be.
獣か。 実に的確な表現だ。この町で彼女だけが我ら魔族の本質を理解している。
Oh, but this person, this demon in
人を食らう
particular,
捕食者が人の言葉を話す理由などただ一つ。
is agreeing with her.
分かり合うための言葉ではなく
Was he saying that out loud just now in a room of only demons, or were there
この
other
町も
people there
長く
too?
はないな。どさくさに紛れて脱獄しよっと。
I'm gonna assume that was just him talking amongst his fellow kind
ここは
and not outing himself.
息子の部屋だ。
Oh, his son's dead, isn't he?
出来のいい息子でな。
Past
早く家督を
tense!
継いでわしに楽をさせると生意気なことをよく言っておった。これは御前試合で陛下から賜った剣だ。
ご子息は今どちらに？
6 feet under.
10年前にアウラとの戦いで死んだ。
That sword's all cracked and stuff. Oh, are they actually
帰
trying
ってきた
this?
のはこの剣だけだ。デグナ！お前たちを招き入れたの
Oh,
晴らすためだ。死者はこの場で全員殺す。和睦なんてクソくらえ。
so he stopped FRIEREN just to try it himself. I feel like if he was smart, he would have done it in conjunction with FRIEREN.
この部屋はよく掃除が行き届いています。と10年前と変わらぬままなのでしょう。
それがどうした？
私もあなた方に殺された父上の部屋はそのまま
Oh,
にしてあ
so
りま
this
す。
guy is pretty strong then.
もうやめにしませんか、グラナト教。それともまた互いに血を流し。
Now, this is trickery though, right? Because the dude just admitted in the room privately that they are
私たちには言葉があります。
deceiving
どうか
them. I mean,
話し合いの機会を。
I'm pretty sure that's what that amounted to. And FRIEREN is already said that line about how this whole town is done for.
客室に案内してやれ。
She's probably right just because she's like the main character, so to speak.
少し考える。
リュグナー様、父上って何？
なんだろうね。
Wait, so they have, she said, they have no concept of being raised by parents, but did they go into how they come
グラ
into
ナト伯爵
existence?
は我々に恨みがあるようだが、人情に熱いお方のようだ。
Are they born as spawn, or do they
この町の防護結界を解除させることも可能。
spontaneously spawn out of
あとはア
nothing?
ウラ様の軍勢がこの町を滅ぼしてくださる。
Okay, so there's the plan.
ところでリーニエ、ドラートの
And
姿
Aura just now seemed like a little kid,
邪魔者を消しに行くってさ。
like the
先走ったな。
typical
若いやつは血の気が多くて困る。
unexpected little kid form of a dangerous demon.
ドラート殿、このようなところに来られては困ります。客室に。
So this one has an interest in FRIEREN too.
誰？面会時間ではないはずだけど。
断頭台のアウラが配下、首切り役人の一人。
Is he just here to do his job?
お前を殺しに来た。
そう、外交ごっこはもう終わり。
これからさ。
ふーん。
リュグナー様の見立てによれば、この少女が我らの唯一の障害。こいつを始末すれば、あとはグラナト伯爵を懐柔するだけで、この町は容易に落ちる。
言っておくけど私
Grafganot? Isn't that also the name of the
俺
place?
よりもか？
It's the name of the guy and the
断頭
place?
台のアウラよりも。
Oh, that's that. Alright, so this right off the bat, my initial comment is how this like the first episode that was just completely about like one storyline scene by scene? Because like I said in the previous reaction, they do kind of have a habit of splitting episodes into two halves, but this one felt straight serial narrative. And I do have to admit that with the stronger focus on a narrative, I am getting more into the show. I wasn't expecting something as momentous as our first introduction to demons. I already knew demons were a part of this series because I guess I read something about that, and also you do see some kind of demon-like figures in the opening and stuff. The fairy tale thing was good thematics. The demon stuff, let's talk about that, right? So during the flashback with Himmel's stuff, I think I'm pretty confident in my stance that they can coexist, even though it seems very likely that a majority, if not all, the ones that will actually meet are like kind of too corrupt to be the representatives of their species to be testaments for how they could coexist. That flashback also gave kind of an interesting insight to Himmel's character. He's kind of been portrayed as the noblest one of them all. And he was acting on that in the beginning, but even he eventually had to let FRIEREN kill that demon girl. I will say that I feel like if we were doing the very archetypal noble hero, then even that would not have convinced him to let the demon be killed. At least in that kind of way. Like, I can see him still killing it for the sake of the safety of the village. If they had, like, made that conversation go on a bit and, like, made that the topic of it, but that he just let FRIEREN kill her because of what she did to the mayor. Felt like he kind of gave in too easily to kind of inherent or natural feelings of, like, revenge or, like, an eye for an eye, kind of. Let me see. Then I'm interested in how the demons are able to speak human language, like what method they go about doing that. Because the way FRIEREN words it, it kind of feels like they're almost like this supernatural entity that can cast a spell or something and like read our minds and then like learn our language automatically, like an instant from that, and then use it themselves. The alternative to that would be if it isn't as overpowered and automatic through magic, and they've actually, like, as a civilization or species over time, learned how to mimic human speech by, like, I don't know, books or something. I'm going to assume it's the former, even if it isn't to an intense degree, as I just said, in terms of like automatically with magic and reading your memories and stuff. But I think it's kind of too much to depict for it to be like a whole thing where they like have, as a civilization, learn to copy human language, like through studying them and observing them over time. I just feel like that's not what they're gonna bother trying to depict. So yeah. But yeah, with this, we got some diplomacy going on now and got kind of a hype setup for this fight, perhaps. But FRIEREN, I actually believe her when she says that she's strong, and she's stronger than even this executioner guy's like boss. That being said, the way that they've portrayed like power mechanics in this series, it feels grounded enough that even like the strongest person in the universe could be killed pretty easily by having like their guard down or something, or someone pulling like some sneak attack and just like shooting them or cutting their head off or something. And as we've seen with this demon, like people of his power level, so to speak, are capable of doing attacks that are kind of just like instant kill. Like you just like string cut that guy's head off. It only takes like seconds to deliver a fatal blow. So I feel like realistically, FRIEREN could be killed by someone like this if they had like an unfair advantage or caught them off guard. And even with the previous depictions of kind of skirmishes too, like when FRIEREN was training Fern and she like did that thing where she curved her magic spell and it went around Fern's defense, and then after that she said if this was a real battle you would have been killed. So yeah, I feel like there's a very realistic element to the fighting and the combat in here, in that like any attack from a strong enough person could theoretically kill the strongest person. So yeah, I guess we'll get another glimpse into if that is the way it is in the next episode. So with that, I'm going to be signing out now, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace out.